we just got cut off there. So your stomach rails a wee bit when you're in the... If I was driving a trawler one time, believe it or believe it not, and I wasn't allowed to let anyone steer, only myself, because the boys were colourblind aboard. But it was tough. You couldn't let anyone... You had to do the whole watch and the whole fucking thing yourself, but you wouldn't be getting dirty. But you wouldn't feel like eating. When it's rough day, even if I was out fishing there nowadays, a couple of sangers would do me day and I wouldn't be hungry. And if I'm doing any manual work, I don't be hungry, whatever the reason is. But it's when you sit down then you get a feed and then you won't move. So I'll leave us all and love yous. And I hope you're all keeping well down there. Wherever say that the Lough you are, or the Lough. Ronan McGrain and Balagan used to always say, down the Lough. You see, have good lobsters in the Lough in August. A good time for a good big lobsters in this time of year now. You know, we come before we come to the end. But you can get lobsters all year round if you know where to go. Welsh was another thing I used to fish. Ferguson brothers come one day, and I'd only had 40 pots, but I could fill the boat with them. I knew where to go for them, and how to fish for them. And they'd come up behind, and your man says, excuse this words, F-U-C-K-M-E, he says, we've been hauled. There were 2 bags of fucking moistures in the Lough. And we used to take them, Mr. Rooney used to take them 8 years ago. But we liked the challenge of it, they get out and skiff fishing. It was a challenge. It was like music, it was something you liked doing. Your ancestors maybe did it and that, and that's the way it was. I had an uncle owned a trawler way back in the States. My eldest uncle, Paddy Hynes. I think she was sunk somewhere around Leystone when she was sour, like. And he had lime kill boats drawn for the lime kill and things like that. But he was based in Millergan. So his trawler, Mayflower was her name. My father was the youngest in his family, so I just don't know what year it was. If you remember the start of the last century, because I'm the youngest of my family, so he was the youngest of his family. And then Archbishop Michael Kieran would be a cousin of my grandmother. He was Archbishop of Armagh, parish priest in Doug for a long time, and lived outside in the Doug somewhere. And he's buried now under the cathedral. The St. Patrick's Cathedral, they call it St. Patrick's Church now. So he's buried under one of the altars, a lady's altar, in the ground. And he was Michael Kieran. He did a lot of building in the dock. He was the first dean of the diocese when they reconstituted the cathedral chapter in Armagh after the Reformation. And in the 1860s, if you looked at the 100 years ago in the Democrat, you'd see all the reports. And the priest at that time was called Reverend Mr. You know, and at one stage, priests were all called Mr. It's only, it got down to the father. Well, father isn't biblical. But it's, if you read in your Bible, I don't know whether you go or not, you know, there's only one man to be called Father, your Father in heaven. So it's maybe not a nice thing. I just don't like, I like my first name. But it's just a small point. It might be a big point to some people. But Jesus Christ, we call him Jesus Christ. We don't say the Reverend Jesus Christ, the most Reverend, or, you know, God saves. If you check out the meaning, it's a wee bit different. Because he'd have a surname too from his family name. He's from David. So we're not going to that for now. Because when you're half tired here talking, I had a good challenge today now crossing that loch, and I like it, you know. Oh, you wouldn't see me for nuts when I get down low in the boat and I get over. And I don't like going at night doing big, because if you don't see where you're going, you have to keep her at an angle. You just can't go straight into the big waves. You have to watch her. Skillful, but enjoyable. So, have a good night wherever you are. Don't take too much porter. God bless you all.